What's up, Kid Nation? We're back. It's our first official video back to YouTube, and I am so excited to tell you guys everything that's happened all these years, why I've been gone. Let me get my sticky notes up because I did write something so I can stay on track. Because knowing me, the storyline to be all over the place. I don't have time for it. It just would have been discombobulated, whatever. So to keep myself on track, I got a timeline going for you guys, right? So we're gonna go from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 to present day, and everything that's happened from the moment I stopped the last YouTube video that I did to me coming back to YouTube, right? Okay, but before we get started, y'all like that? Y'all like that little edit I did in the beginning of the video? Yeah, I'm just gonna, I'm testing things out, trying to see how to spice this channel up a little bit. I know back in the other previous videos, I would just start off, my regular intro and keep moving. But I want to try to do something a little different. I'm trying to get into my editing bag, see how I could, spice up the video. Okay, so starting off, 2020. I was gonna go this way, but then I realized I'm starting this timeline off over here. So 2020, I'm gonna try to put little blips here so that way you can see the date, the bullet points that we're talking about, the whole thing, right? So 2020, pandemic hit. Everybody knows world was on lockdown. I had just stopped doing my last YouTube video, and I was kind of like, trying to figure out where I was gonna go because my mom, she was moving out of state, or not out of state, but northern Florida. We lived in South Florida. So it's kind of like trying to find my living situation. I had just got back into school, and I just didn't really know where a lot of things was gonna lead me. So I kind of just like put YouTube off to the back burner, right? So I moved in with my aunt, and pandemic was weird for everybody. So I'm just locked down in the house, can't take no dance classes, working from home. You know, TikTok started popping off, started watching TikToks, trying to create TikToks. And yeah, it was just really different. It was kind of hard to hang out with my friends because, we had to be indoors or whatever the case may be, 6 feet apart. So, in 2020, it was pretty much just like a haze. Like, I was just trying to find stability, trying to find out what to do, what I was gonna do. And I did pick up TikTok. I was at one point trying to do like this little comedy series that was it was inspired by another creator who was doing one based off like fast food restaurants. So I decided to do one based off of cell phone services. And if you haven't been following me on TikTok, or not that if you haven't, because I never said that I was on TikTok, but I am on TikTok. So if you want to follow me, go ahead and follow me on TikTok. I am trying to post regularly. It's kind of hard because I'm not that great at coming up with ideas really quickly. It takes me a couple of days. But I do post all my gaming clips. I do post all my dancing videos on TikTok. And you can find the comedy series that I did. I didn't finish it. I do want to get back into it. But that comedy series is on my TikTok, and go ahead and follow me on there, so you can watch all that. Sorry for a little stuffiness. It's springtime. Pollen is beating my ass. But we're trying our best, okay? So yeah, I started posting on TikTok. It's the closest thing I could do to, I was in a new space. I didn't have a lot of room to do my YouTube videos, so the closest thing to creating content was TikTok. So I was doing my little comedy series, doing my little dances, and that's what happened there. So now we're gonna fast forward to the ending of 2020. I want to say not even the ending, probably like middle ending, so like August-ish. My dance team, I joined the dance team back in 2019 before my YouTube videos. But I know in my previous YouTube videos you heard me mentioning like me trying to create a music video or a concept video. In that time frame, I was a part of this dance studio. So in 2020, in August of 2020, I re-auditioned for them. So that way we can compete in the World's Dance Championship in May of 2021. So, we went through the whole competition season. Fast forward to 2021. We were competing, and we didn't really feel like we were getting judged fairly, if that makes sense. So our routine was super fire. If you do want to see the routine, it is in a pinned comment on my Instagram, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram so you can see that. But it was fire. Like, we brought that energy, we brought tricks, we brought diversity. It was a mixed video, or a mixed like music track. So like, you know, every different song was a different storyline, or it wasn't a different storyline because it was all one storyline, but it was just different parts of the story, if that makes sense. So yeah, and we felt like every time we competed at different places to get bids or to get a partial paid bid to go to Worlds, we felt like we were getting cut short. Though we were getting the invite, we knew for a fact that our routine was definitely like partial paid worthy. So we had to reach out to a resource and be like, hey, like, we need you to judge our performance. Here's the video. And they were like, this is like first place material. Like, I don't know what these other judges aren't seeing. And, you know, if I had to tweak something, tweak this, tweak that, tweak this, tweak that. And so that's what we did. And we trained and we trained and we trained. And then the day of competition, in the preliminaries, we placed second place. We were under first place by, I want to say, a point and a half. And so we were like hungry for it. We were like, no, we're gonna do this. Like, we want that ring, we want that ring. I've never won any kind of championships in my life, so this was like a pretty big deal, like, to be a part of something like this and possibly win a world championship title. Like, I would have never thought in a million years in my dance career that I would have been like a world championship dancer. So yeah, so we practiced. The preliminaries ended, like, I want to say around 11 o'clock in the morning. We took a break. We reconvened at 5. From 5 in the afternoon to like 2 o'clock in the morning, we practiced that whole time. We were like, we're going to get the shit together. We're going to make it look right. We're going to make it look tight so we can get that ring. We were only a point and a half off. Now, the judges did say it is extremely hard to jump a point and a half. Like, you have to come 100% ready. Like, you got to bring it and leave literally like your heart and soul on the dance mat, right? So we're like, okay, bet, we can do this. Now, by the time we finished, we were all tired. We had to be back up at 8 o'clock in the morning to get ready to go and compete again, which is tiring. Like, we didn't even get much sleep, but you know what? We made it happen. The day of, mind you, we woke up the morning of finals. We all gathered. People were getting injured left and right. People were like hurting their ankles. Someone fell down the stairs. I had to go back to the car in the parking lot to go get something. And on my way back, this lady hit me with her stroller in my knee. Didn't apologize, nothing. She just kept going. Like, I'm limping back to the spot. They're looking like, what the heck's going on? So we had about like 6 people injured. Mind you, the team only had like 15 members. So like almost half were injured in some sort of way. So we pulled out the Bengay, we pulled out the vapor rubs, we pulled out everything. We was like, He was like, put this on that, put this on that. We need to be full in effect when we get on that mat. And I feel like the adrenaline kind of like pushes through the ache. But we did eventually end up winning first place. I'm gonna try to put like a little snippet of the video of when we won first place. It was actually pretty, like, we didn't think we were gonna win, but we did. But I'll insert that video clip so that you can see that.
Check for your silver medal.
And yeah, it was a high. Like, it was literally like a high of my career. Like, me teaching myself how to dance back in 2011 to now being a world dance champion in 2021. Whoa, I'm getting ahead of myself. But it was crazy. Like, I would have never thought in a million years that I would hold a title. Like, but it happened, and you should never cut yourself short. So that's basically what happened in like 2021. So in 2022, in the area that I was living in, they were building townhouses, right? and they were selling each of the townhouse for like $500,000. Don't know why. It was kind of like in like, you know, a not so good area to be building townhouses in. You know what I mean? It was just it was pretty much a rough area in Miami, and they were building these townhomes, and people were coming from New York and they were coming from New Jersey, and they were buying these homes in cash. So in turn, the landlords in the area had to raise the rent. So they raised our rent $1,000. I am already not making much. I'm only making enough to sustain myself and like obviously pay my bills. I can't afford an $1,000 increase, so we ended up having to move to a different house. We're still in Miami, but the move kind of like had me in such a weird place. Like I just felt like it was just like I was going home. Like I was from home, I was going to work. From work, I was going home. Like it was this constant motion right here. And so in the midst of all of that, like I stopped hanging with my friends. I stopped talking to my friends. And at one point, we actually all kind of fell out. Like, I mean, sometimes life happens that way. Like, you lose your friends. On my YouTube video, I do have one of my best friends on there. We did a Tea Time Thursday. Or TTQ is what we called the segment. But he was one of my best friends. He is one of my best friends. There's about 5 or 6 of us in a group. But I did ended up falling out with all of them because of lack of communication and, you know, things of that nature. And it was kind of rough. Like, it threw me into really bad depression, like not being able to have your friends, not being able to call somebody when you really need to talk to somebody. And I just realized I still have my headset on. Okay. Anyways, yeah, and it was really just weird. And I was just such in a weird place. Like, I just didn't feel like I was being me, or I was just like floating in space. And so I needed to make a decision, because I was like, I'm not going to continue to live my life just depressed, coming home, going to work, coming home, going to work, like this constant robot, and, you know, missing out on the memories I could be making with my friends. And so I made the decision to move out of Miami to go live with my mom in Northern Florida. And I didn't know how it was going to go. Luckily, I was able to transfer stores, but having lived in Miami nearly all of my life, to go live somewhere completely different, it was kind of like, I didn't know if I was making the right move. Now, I did go to the military, so obviously I had to move to a different spot, but that was because of the military. Like, I didn't have a choice. This was my choice, like having to uproot my life to go somewhere completely new to like better my health and my mental health in a sense. So I did it, and now we are in 2023. 2022. 2023. My bad. I'm messing myself up, but my timeline is organized, I promise. So, in 2023, last year, January, I moved up north of Florida with my mom, and it was different. Like, having to not have a lot of the responsibilities that I did have. I no longer had them, so it was literally just like me focusing on me. And for whatever reason, it kind of threw my body into a really deeper depression, because I'm like, well, my body was so used to one thing, and I took myself out of it. Now it doesn't know how to react to me not being in that situation. It's kind of like having to relearn yourself in a sense, and so that's what I did. And with her living in the countryside, you know, there's a lot of time to just be outside, be grounded, be like focused, or like, you know, have a lot of time to think. And that's what I did, I thought, and I refound myself. And eventually I was like, you know, now that I can have this free time, like I have a lot of free time, like I need to rekindle the flames with my best friends. And so one by one, I apologized to each of them. The one in my video in particular, he ended up moving to Georgia, so I had to drive 5 hours to go see him. I took him out to lunch. We talked about every and anything. I let him know what was happening, what was going on, the reason why we kind of fell out, and we rekindled our friendship. And it, like, ever since, it's kind of been like, it's been up. All of us have been talking about like business moves and like creating content, and like how we want to go about creating the content. And so we was kind of setting the goals of what we're going to do for this year. And so I was able to get my friends back. It was like an amazing thing. And with that, I kind of started like speaking more into doing like dance opportunities. Like I want to choreograph for an artist. I want to choreograph a music video. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I felt like a lot of the times I was kind of hoping the opportunity would kind of just come to me and not like putting in the work to get that opportunity, if that makes sense. So in later the year, I want to say maybe like August or September, an old friend of mine who I went to elementary school with hit me up. He's kind of like a spoken word rap artist, and he had a duo, and they kind of reached out to me and they were like, hey, like we would like for you to choreograph our piece. At this point I was kind of constantly posting, or consistently ish posting on TikTok of like dancing or old dance videos, so people like, it was new to TikTok, old to other people. But I was posting, content like that so people could see like my style of dancing, how I dance, in that form of nature. And they were kind of like, hey, like we like that and we want to extend this opportunity. So now I'm excited. This is my first time ever getting presented with an opportunity to choreograph something for somebody, and I was like, you know what, I'm putting my all into it. And it was challenging because it was kind of like, to me, I feel like spoken word's kind of like contemporary lyrical, like it's very freestyle, like you have to let the emotions flow for you to create this dance. Not like hip hop where you can kind of just like boom, 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 a couple things and it looks good. But this was kind of like you needed emotion. Not to say that you don't need emotion for hip hop, because you still need emotion for hip hop, but it's a lot more emotion when it comes to like contemporary and stuff like that. Like you have to be vulnerable kind of in order to create the piece. So it was a challenge. But I was getting through it, and unfortunately, kind of like midway, they just they stopped hitting me up. I reached out to them a couple times, and they never really got back to me with like what exactly they wanted. They kind of just left the creation up to me, which I didn't mind, but at the same time, like I do need some kind of direction of like how long you want it to be, what do you want to be the story, in those natures. So it fell through, which is okay. Things happen. But I did end up getting an opportunity to shadow the coach for the Dazzlers at the UF, or University of Florida. Um, I reached out to her. I'm still waiting to hear back from her, but the opportunity is there. She did tell me that I could do it, so I'm still waiting. I know she's pretty busy, and so I'm hoping soon that I can work with her, get more teaching experience, more coaching experience on my belt. I have navigated a couple dance competitions, so I know how to, the etiquette, what they're looking for, and stuff like that. So I could help them compete when it comes time for them competing. Because at the moment they don't compete. They kind of just perform at school basketball games, football games, stuff like that. And I did bring up, I was like, hey, like, are you guys competing? And she was like, it's in the works, but it's not like really there yet. And I was like, well, I have experience. If you don't, if you want me to shadow, I can, we could learn off of each other. And she was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm down for that. Email me and, let's get it popping. And so I emailed her, but it's been a pretty busy season for them. Like they've been on a roll. So I'll reach back out to her soon to be like, hey, like, I'm so interested in this opportunity. Like, let's make this magic happen, whatever the case may be. And with that, I also was like, besides getting opportunities in dance, I kind of wanted to like take my content creation with video gaming seriously. So I started streaming more consistently on Twitch, which if you haven't yet, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. That is my Twitch handle. And I started like, competing in my video game that I play, Apex Legends. And I started just like, creating clips so people can see like how good of a player that I am and stuff like that. But I also still wanted to like dip into variety. So I play some survival games, I play some RPG games. I just most recently started getting into GTA RP, which has been a lot of fun, honestly. But I have some clips, all of my like gaming clips. There's only a couple because sometimes I don't feel like my gameplay is clip worthy, but someone out there would like it, and that's what I have to start getting into the mindset of, is like, no matter what, somebody's gonna like your content. So more clips are coming soon, but all of my clips are on my TikTok, and I'll put the link in the description. I'll put all the links to all my socials in the description, so that way I don't have to keep doing like this, follow that, follow that, follow that. They'll all be in the description box. And so yeah, that's what I was doing, or that's what I am still doing. And so it's just been a journey, like from 2020 up until now. Like a lot of stuff has happened, having to move, having to fight depression, currently still fighting depression, um, doing all of that and still be able to like maintain some kind of positive attitude has been rough, but we're here and we're making it. And in present day 2024, we do plan on doing better and, constantly posting on YouTube like I want to. I want to constantly post on TikTok with clips and videos of me doing dance challenges and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I want to do. So there's a lot of numbers that I want to like achieve in terms of like followers on YouTube, TikTok, on Instagram, Twitch. Like, I want to get better at like creating content, editing, stuff like that. So like 2024 is going to be that year. I did also turn 30 this year. So I kind of want to like, I need to be sure of like things that I want to do. Like this is my chapter like of going for all the things that I said I wanted to go for and like putting my foot down and doing it. Because back then, people are like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that, but they're like, there's no action behind it. So like I kind of want to make sure this year I'm all about the action. So I didn't think it was gonna be that kind of short of a video in a sense, but it is in a sense. I don't know. It definitely felt like it was gonna be longer with the way I had everything typed out. But yeah, it's been a journey. But I do like this is like for real. We're gonna get back to YouTube. I'm gonna find like a nice little table I can set up somewhere in my room so I can not be sitting at my computer desk recording these videos. You know what I mean? Like in my old room, I had a like little spot where I sat at with like a little desk, made it look cute, of like me and recording my videos and doing reaction videos. So yeah, so I am gonna be doing reaction videos. I want to do like collabs with my sisters. They're also upcoming content creators as well. So you could be seeing a video of me doing like videos with my sisters and stuff like that. But yeah, like I'm excited. Like this is a journey that I kind of wanted to get back into for the longest time, for the past 4 years, and I finally got the chance to, and I finally got like the equipment ish to do it. I just need to get like a couple of things, but we're here. We're gonna make it happen, and I'm excited to bring you guys on this journey of like being or doing the things that I'm saying I'm gonna do, if that makes sense. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch the video. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited to build this community of people that are going to join me on this journey and stuff like that. So if you have any suggestions of what you would like to see on the channel, go ahead and comment down below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. Share the video with your friends, share the video with your dog, who knows, watch hours matter. But yeah, I'm excited, and I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store, what other vlogs, what other things that are gonna come. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time, and make sure you guys stay blessed, make sure you're staying hydrated, enjoy your morning, night, or day wherever you are, and I will see you on the next video.